So let's create a CloudWatch log group. We're going to use the CloudWatch logs client. We need an input object. We need a request object or a command. And then we send that command on the client to get a response. And we do something with the response. So the first thing we're going to do is create the input object. And the input object requires a log group name. And we'll call it SOS chat logging demo. That is the only object we need in our input object. So we'll create a request, a new create log group command, pass it the input, create a response. We'll get a response by awaiting the call to CloudWatch logs client.send and passing it the request, and we'll log that out. So if we run this, so we get a 200 response, which is good, means that our log group has been created. So let's create our chat logging configuration. In our input object for the logging configuration, we need a name for the logging configuration. We need a destination configuration. But for this one, we'll just say CloudWatch logs. And the CloudWatch logs object needs a single property, and that is the log group name. And I'll paste the log group name that we just created. We will create a request. And this one is a create logging configuration command. Our response equals await IVS chat client.send. And again, we will log that out. So if we again run this, we get a response back with a 200 status code. We get the ARN of our logging configuration, and our logging configuration is created and ready to use. All right, let's associate this logging configuration with an IVS chat room. In this case, we need to use a property called identifier, the chat ARN as our identifier. Then we need logging configuration identifiers. That's actually going to be an array. So as I said, we could associate multiple 2, 3 configurations with a chat room. So in this case, we're going to pass an array of ARNs, and I'm just going to paste in the ARN of the logging configuration that we just created. And that's it. That's our input object. So again, we can create a request object, and that is a update room command. We're going to pass it the input, going to get a response by awaiting the call to IVS chat client.send and passing it the request. So we're going to run this. All right. So we have a response. We have a 200 response, our chat room ARN, and we see an array of logging configuration identifiers. Let's join a chat room. So now we can start chatting with ourselves in this case, and just kind of build up a little bit of a log. Got some messages that are being passed back and forth between users, very chatty conversation going on here. And then at some point, Todd is going to say something offensive, and the admin is going to delete that. So I've clicked that button and removed that message because I don't like anything offensive being said in my chat. And then we click on our chat room. And if I scroll down and view that message logging configuration, I have the destination, which is the log group that we created. So if I click on that, we will see our lovely chat messages in a log. So in the log group, the log streams are going to be named with this naming convention. So it's AWS/IVS chat logs /1.0/room _ and then after the underscore is the last part of your ARN. So that identifier from the ARN. So that's the format it'll be in. Don't worry about trying to remember all of that. We will, let me post this here. I'll post a link. There is a, oh, oops, I accidentally highlighted that chat again. So I'll post the link in chat. So that link that I just posted is a blog post that kind of walks you through this whole process step by step. Don't worry about trying to memorize everything we've done here. If you want to read that blog post after the fact, that'll walk you through this whole process, and you can even copy and paste the code if you want to. Not that anybody ever does that. in the history of programming. Nobody copy pastes anything. We all write our code from scratch every time. So, right? Whoa, knocking my microphone around here. Okay. So we go to CloudWatch, we open up the log stream, and we see all of our chat messages.